All right, I picked this thing up, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, somewhere around that. I don't know. It just kind of like magically appeared one time when I went to Goodwill, and it had a tag on it that has like big, huge, sweaty fingerprint on it. And it had a date of 11/8, which seems strange because I think usually they put a digit in front of that no matter what. Um, I don't know if the store number matches, but anyway, it kind of just randomly popped out, and I thought this has got to be broken. And I swear that I got it home and I hooked it up and it did not work. And I did something and it worked. And so I hooked it up again. It's a very, very simple unit. It has some stuff on the front for the input. Yeah, audio 1, 2, 3, dock, tuner, HDMI 1, 2, 3, 4, AV1, AV2, AV3, AV4, AV5, and it's a tone control, which is easily accessed right here. It's got a program thing where you could use to adjust things. And it's straight through or whatever you want it to be. Real simple stuff here. I forget what the hell I just had it on. 5-channel. There's a surround sound decoder, 5-channel enhanced, straight enhanced. And I think that's what I was using was right there, but no audio would come out of it until I did a factory reset, which is kind of strange. But this thing sounds very, very musical, like a stereo, not a home theater. And I've hooked a center speaker up to it, and I hooked up these Bose. I'm not actually sure which ones are actually hooked up, and these are hooked up too. Now, it could be that these just sound really good, but this whole thing sounds amazing, and it has very limited inputs on the back. Like, there is no connection on the back that says CD, even though there is a button that says CD. It's really meant to just basically run your stuff off of an HDMI. But I'm actually really shocked that this thing sounds good, because usually they don't. I mean, I got stacks of stereos here and there, and another Yamaha over here. I definitely find the Yamahas usually do sound better. It's kind of loud and punchy. Maybe not a lot of power. I don't think it seems to me like it's about 50 watts per channel. But I am driving all 5 channels. I didn't have to do anything funny. It doesn't have a stupid setup microphone where, like, this one here will disable any of the outputs that aren't hooked up if you do a setup on it, which makes it really complicated. But I think what happened was the guys at Goodwill had this, and they tested it and figured out it didn't work, or someone else returned it and said that it doesn't work, or something, I don't know, and they repriced it. But it does have a nice little scratch on the front of it right here, but who cares? It's hardly noticeable. In fact, I might have even done that. But let's move it around the back here. See if we can. I got a couple wires here that are really, really too short. Okay. So this is all it gives you. You have a dock for probably XM or something. Component. You got HDMIs. You have 4 of them. You've got component video. You got optical for. So AV1 is going to be optical and component. AV2 is going to be coaxial digital and component. AV3 is a coaxial CD input. That's why it says CD. But they actually don't give you the left and right for the CD. It's very strange how AV3 is also CD, or AV. So it gives you a single video. AV4 is either TV or optical, which is actually a good place to put the optical because the TVs, you know, they have the optical out and you can just feed it right in here. And then the video. AV5 is actually a left and a right like you would want for CD, I would think, and a video. And then there's an AV out, so you could feed that to something else, like if you were feeding any of these AVs, I guess you could reuse the signal. Then you have an audio 1 and an audio 2, which I'm pretty sure are assignable. And then you have the audio out, which you could drive something else, and you have a subwoofer out. And then it's basically surrounds, center, and front speakers, and that is it. When you have an AM and FM connection, draws 250 watts, probably cranked. It's just super simple. I can't believe it sounds good. I'm amazed. It really shouldn't sound good, but it does. And it works. And it looks to have possibly, if we get it to focus, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 discrete transistors right there. Fairly large transformer. But I mean, it's like very minimalistic. It just like works. I'm like, wow, how cool. Instead of this complicated thing over here that was over $1,000 new. I mean, this thing's got to be like pretty entry level. But it's even got this little thing here. You push on it, it comes out. You can portable. Well, you can just plug something in. But anyway, yeah, it's just really, really simple stuff. You can even tune it from the front. Like, this is one of the ones, like, this one here, you got to have a remote. You can't even get it to work. I mean, so, yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm going to have to look it up and see. RXV367. All right. Yamaha Music, Europe. Why am I looking at Europe? B&H Photo has one on here. 5.1. It's got like nice legs on it too. Like they made it look stylish for a cheap radio. It says 500 watts RMS. Entry level price, but it's got high features like 4 HDMI 1.4s. More details. Let me see. I don't know. 30 and 36-bit color compatible. I don't know whatever that means. I don't run video through any of these things anyways. iPod and Bluetooth options. The optional YDS 12 dock is compatible with the latest blah blah blah. Let's see, here we go here into our specs. 100 watts times 2. 100 watts times 5. So this is, it's claiming RMS power. It seems more like about 50, but anyway. Audio processing. Yamaha compressed music enhancer. I mean, it just sounds really good. I'm really surprised. Video. And also, like some of these other ones, they draw a lot of power. So 250 watts is probably like rated like really pushing it. Views. I have owned this receiver for almost a year and has become the command center for my entertainment world. Blu-ray, PS3, HD TV, DVR. This is written in 2012. All HDMI inputs. I did spend $70 on the optional iPod dock, which seems like a bit of a ripoff, but your input options are limited in that regard. The sound is clean and powerful. Burr Brown is pretty much the cat's behind in this area. So to include a Burr Brown DAC in a modestly priced system makes this an excellent value. Okay, I don't know what Burr Brown is, but I've heard of it. The only beef is the stock remote, which blah blah blah. So this probably came out in 11 or 12. This receiver amplifier replaced my dead Sony. Everybody's give it like pretty much 4 stars. Extreme value for the price. I haven't run across one like this in a while. So there you go, guys. I have a remote that looks really strikingly similar to that. When I see remotes like these, I buy them because I always like Yamahas. I actually need to see if I can read the number on that remote. Maybe there's a number on it. So I can't. RAV 331. Okay. This would probably be an earlier RAV 290. However, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking that it's a good chance that it might be 100% compatible for the most part. Let's see. The buttons all... There's an extra button here. Yeah, it's really close. Let's see what we get. Okay. Well, of course the volume works. I noticed that's why I like these remotes. You almost always get volume control. Okay. CD goes AV3, which is what it does normally on its own. TV goes AV4. HDMI 1 for DVD. Radio goes to tuner. Setup button. Yep. Dude. Okay. Let's see, where's the exit button? So, oh yeah, no, this totally works. Dock, multi. And then power button should turn it off. How cool is that? So it's just off by a few numbers. I don't really know what stereo this one was actually for, but it looks like it'll work pretty good for this one. Nice. So yeah, I'm going to use the cheapest one that I have because I think it sounds better than some of the nice ones.